Hello everyone and I welcome you all to my channel Anime Gen Z. Before going on to the video, please don't forget subscribing the channel for weekly updates on manga and anime. So, without further ado, let's go into today's video, that is none other than the movie One Piece film Red. Well, speaking of One Piece, we all know it's one of the great anime and the greatest manga to have ever been created by Mr. Oda. Currently the anime has a total of 1053 episodes, and the manga has a total 1077 chapters. There are a total 18 One Piece movies, and some of the amazing ones are One Piece Film, Strong World, One Piece Film, Gold, and let's not forget One Piece Film Z and One Piece Film Stampede. However, my all-time favorite was One Piece Film Z because it had a classic look on the story and antagonist was designed so well with character that at some point I literally wished that Zephyr should not die. But when it comes to One Piece Film Red, most probably the last movie of One Piece, it didn't fail my expectations. One of the main reasons is the antagonist. Even though the previous movie's antagonists were all strong, but Luffy was still fighting people from the previous era. But in Film Red, Mr. Oda really made a smart change by making the antagonist a young girl. So let's talk about story first. The core of the story mainly revolves around Uta, who made a big for herself in the past 2 years by her voice. Even though she had eaten the Sing Sing fruit, her voice was already a beauty to behold. So after 2 years of singing behind the screen, she made an open concert, and hearing civilians, pirates, Marines and even the Navy organizations like CP0 and Swords even came to see her concert. But they had different reason for coming here. And when I say everyone, I also mean the Straw Hats also came to see the concert, and still now Luffy didn't know that the world's greatest singer is his childhood friend Uta. So once the concert starts, that when Luffy notices that it's Uta, and then there happens to be a get-together, and when the Straw Hats ask how did Luffy know her, that's when the world knows that Uta is Shanks' daughter. And what happens between Uta and Luffy at the concert is the rest of the story. Now let's talk about the Akagami Kaizoku, the red-haired pirates. So once the battle begins, everyone was different reasons, and that's when the Emperor arrives, who is none other than our very own Shanks. Once Shanks arrives Elegia, that's when Uta lost her composure and started giving her control to the Demon King Todo Musica. I don't want to explain you guys about Todo Musica, because once you watch the full film you will understand it even better. Even though Luffy is fighting on the land created Uta's consciousness, and on the other side of the reality Shanks was fighting the same Demon King. So once Luffy and Shanks were able to defeat the Demon King, then Luffy returns back to the real world, but he was still sleeping. So the Marines used this time to capture Uta, who was already on her last leg. But once the Akagami Kaizoku came into the scene, they withdraw themselves from the Elegia. So once Luffy wakes up, he was on the Sunny and asks Zoro about Uta, and Zoro shows him Shanks' ship, and that's where the film ends. Now about the film, comparing the other films of One Piece, this film had everything. From a good start to a great finish. The moment Uta dies, really made me feel sorry for her. I don't go much into the story because I don't want to say everything about the film. And let's not forget about the music. For me personally, I really loved each and every songs of this movie. If I has to give rating, I would a solid 8 out of 10. So see you all next time with another good anime or manga series. Until then, goodbye. This is Anime Gen Z.